Busy. I'm can they even hear me? They can. Oh shit. Okay. Biz. Straight up, bro. I'm not prepared for this live stream. Who are you to lecture me about my life? Sorry, Busy. I'm not prepared for this stream. I was working on video production when all this crazy stuff started happening, and now here we are going to live stream again. You know, it's not good for my brand to be doing this all the time. You know what? I'm getting sick of your lip. What are you doing? What in the world is that? What are you... Busy! Busy, turn off the semi-truck, Busy. Why are you in a truck? Whoa! Watch it, Busy! Why are you driving a truck? We're supposed to be putting on a live stream. Get out of the truck, Busy! Stop! I need you. Don't drive away. Where are you going? Oh, come on!
Bluebell ice cream.
I ain't had no other choice but to lick them. It don't make no sense not to lick them. Everywhere I go, I lick the ice creams. What you supposed to do? Every time you go to the freezer, you see all these buckets of ice cream, but you won't never know what they taste like, and they ain't got no samples out there or nothing. So I lick ice cream everywhere I go. This is just the first time I ever got caught. You know, so they got all kinds of crazy, flimsy names on them things. They say, wavy gravy. Fruity Tooty, fresh and fruity. And then you supposed to take them home and just take their word for it that it's good? No. And then they put Jimmy Fallon, dough night tonight. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. How the hell I'm supposed to know what Jimmy Fallon tastes like? Make sure it ain't got no pecans in it, because I'll swell up like a balloon.
Oh my God, I love
Martin
this
says
guy.
his actions.
Oh my God, I love that guy. Oh man, that guy's hilarious. In fact, I would go as far as to say that guy's excuses are the same as those that are getting the ROs. Now, I can't tell you with any confidence that people, certain people are getting ROs. I can only tell you that I know multiple ROs were filed today and multiple ROs were given. I can't literally tell you who. Nobody knows. There are people out there who claim to know. There are people out there who say it's that person or it's not that person or it's that person. The truth is, it's most likely any of the 5 people that she stated she was going to hit, which we know, and I can only give an opinion from this mark out. So I'm going to say it straight away. After this, like, that's all I know. And even that shouldn't be taken as fact, but I know factually that she filed multiple and got multiple, all right? Though, everything after that mark will be secondhand information and treated as rumor, right? Okay, you're with me? Now, I didn't talk to KJP because there's this conspiracy theory out there because these people are hardcore conspiracy theorists. There's this hardcore conspiracy theory that I've been hanging out with KJP. And Uni and KJP are best friends. Pour the kombucha on my head. I'm Onision. No, I haven't. I have not spoken one-on-one with her, which you have not seen, okay? The only thing that happened was a Zoom call that I was in as a interviewee, and I talked after she talked. So I didn't even talk directly to her in that, and it had to do with things I can't talk about that are very serious that are happening in the background. So the point here is that we only know, we've got, like, we know who she said she was going to slap with ROs. So once I speak who I think and stuff like that, that's all on me. Nobody out there, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a Silverfish. I don't care if it's an entitled Karen. I don't care if it's a Sheshlier. I don't care if it's one of our peeps. Nobody knows who got hit. We just know they all got filed, right? And then the first ones, like, none of them got rejected, but the first ones that went in went through. That's what we know. So we can confidently say, yes, all of these people who have things out there that they've done that breach the world, these guys have jacked in the head. They're jacked in the head because they have lost track of what they're doing on YouTube. And due to locking themselves in an echo chamber where nobody can be right other than them, no opinion matters other than what they say, right? Due to that happening, they've lost track of what they're doing on this platform. So I'm going to explain what it is we can and can't do here on YouTube. I've seen other content creators in my live chat, so I want to help you so that you don't ever get to this point, okay? I've been here for many years. I've been on the internet for a long time. I've been a partner with YouTube for many years. I'm in great standing with them. I test all their features ahead of time, right? You remember I was the first group of creators that got the gaming YouTube join, the gaming join button, the test join button, the prototype, and then when it went site-wide, I was the first on both of those, along with Poods and everybody else. So what I'm telling you is I've been here for a long time. I'm in good standing with the platform. I can give you the advice you need to hear that literally will make it so you never get in this position. And that's what I'm going to do tonight in a very short little segment. That's later, because first we're going to talk about who got the RO, who didn't get an RO, who getting an RO, and who ain't getting an RO. I'm going to tell you what I know there. For the last goddamn time, though, this did not come from KJP, all right? I'm getting my information from a secondary source that knows what's up, that can prove what's up, okay? I'm just telling you, every time I bring you information like this, it's good information. I'll even go into how I know what I know, all right? Though, most everybody knows because of this. She's been updating people behind a locked account. Now, her attorney made her go locked first RO, right? You remember. And her attorney obviously has made her go locked again. She's updating her followers that she will allow to see what she's posting, which are the people who she's approved or whatever, right? So anyway, that's why everybody's talking about this, is because she's put that out, and she has talked to a couple people I've talked to, but I'm not going to act like I'm telling you what she's saying. All I'm going to tell you is this. All I'm going to tell you is this. It is 7/27 of 2021, and I'm going to break down everything that's going on with this situation, how we got here, why we're here. We're going to get the peeps in to hang. We're probably going to play some video games and relax later because I'm focusing now on getting these videos out. You got one yesterday. It's on fire. It's doing great. I appreciate you. I love you. For taking like a week break from uploading, I should have only got like 100 views because it's been like a week since I've uploaded. So yeah, you guys really hooked it up. For me to get that many views on a video coming back from a hiatus of uploading, thank you. Please do that again tomorrow. Please hook me up with some views tomorrow. Just get me back, you know, give me like 3 weeks of you hooking me up, okay? So that I can make up for the fact that I didn't upload a lot in the last month. 7/27, did I say that right, of 2021. Broadcasting from the East Coast of the glorious United States of America. I'm your host, Unirock, on this nightly little podcast live stream that I put on over here on YouTube. As always, wherever you're from is wonderful too. I've been to many places, love the people everywhere I've been. This is insane. This is crazy. The flappening, part 73. Restraining orders and bad excuses right now on Unirock Live. Okay, sorry. Different subject. No goats. There's no goats in this subject that I know of. There's no goats here that I know of. I'm going to be taking this shirt off in a little bit. I'm warning you now. It's getting hot. I'm getting warm. I can't just look all nice like this all night. I've got to look all unprofessional and uni-rocky. Okay, it is a scorched earth right now for the EKC cult, the entitled Karen cult, ran by cult leader Steb McTwitterfingers. It is a scorched earth, y'all. They are all trying to get underground into their little emergency RO nuclear bomb bunkers to hide from the effect of the nuclear blast. If you didn't know, EKC members are like roaches and restraining orders are like nuclear bombs. And KJP told us, now this is all my opinion, this is all my own thoughts, my own words, my own stuff and things, okay? This is my stuff and things, not yours, mine. And woo! What we've got is KJP told us she's filing ROs. She stated out loud, I did a video, I came out and told you. I said this a week ago. I can't remember if it was on Unirock 2 or over here because I've gone live so much, my brain's not working. I wanted to take a couple days off, but it didn't happen. I'm making myself sick with excitement. Oh, I forgot. Bizzy, you're about to get fired. Yeah, your stupid truck driver skit. That was not hilarious. That was not hilarious. I mean, it was slightly hilarious. Put into context, it was extremely hilarious, but I wanted you to play our alternative intro. Our alternate intro. It's extremely relative. It's the most relative piece of video that you could possibly play right now, and it's really good. Yes. Breaking news. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, is that the breaking news right there? Hold on. Is this the breaking newses? Oh, that's some good breaking news. Oh, tell me that's the breaking news. Somebody tell me. Oh, Okay. I got it brought up. I need a better screenshot. That is horrible resolution. Thank you. Wow. Okay, you're literally doing my show for me, which I very much appreciate. But before we get there, we've got to start this off the right way. We've got to actually show you a clip from when the first RO was filed. Now, this is an educational broadcast that's meant to catch you up on what's going on now and the impact that restraining orders have on a community. Play it! Welcome to Silverfish Geographic, where we look at Silverfish swimming around in his own excrement, trying to find other fish to sexually harass. Yes, here at Silverfish Geographic, the big fish try to swim around and pick on the smaller fish. In the end, all you've got are a bunch of ugly, stinky fish. Silverfish Geographic. Here at Silverfish Geographic, we've got the pretty clownfish. Don't worry, they're gonna be food for the silverfish. You see, all of the pretty clownfish group together into big pockets of subscribers, and the silverfish will try to buddy up to the lead YouTuber around all of the other cool fish until he can try to get them to follow his lies and bullshit. That's what silverfish do, leeching off of every other successful fish in the market. Even the fishermen won't catch the silverfish. If they see they've caught one, they'll just cut the line. No professional fisherman ever wants to reel in a stinky, nasty silverfish. It sucks, but it's just one of the hazards of fishing here at Silverfish Geographic. These men, they reeled in a silverfish many years ago. The silverfish brainwashed them into simping out, and they've been sitting on the beach trying to reach for the silverfish ever since. Some say they'll never leave the beach. That's why you never reel in a silverfish. They'll brainwash you into accusations and SH denial. Here in Japan, there's a secret art to catching the silverfish. They like to try to get them and try to resist their brain powers. Then they try to take the silverfish and get them away from the other fish so that they stop harassing them. We call these specialty fishermen restraining order fishermen. That's right, the restraining order fisherman tries to get the silverfish out of the water where he can't harm any of the other fish on YouTube. I can't do it. Oh, it's too funny. Welcome. Much better. Oh my god, dude. Oh, it's so hot in this studio that I just feel so much better. That's that shirt. That's a heavy shirt, man. That video was Silverfish Geographic. It happened when the first RO had gone through. Now, if you don't recall, when that RO came out, things settled down for God knows how long, man. It was so nice. Everybody moved on to doing what they normally do. And I recall that we started covering all this other trending stuff that was going on and got a bunch of people following us, and we ended up chilling and just having a great time. That's when Tarkov started blow up. But more? There's more? Oh. Damn. Wow. It's getting crazy. And I'll update you in a minute. I'm just going to let it build up. I'm going to let it build up. Instead of giving you each little piece at a time, I'm going to let it build up, because damn. But what ended up happening was, after these ROs, things calmed down. People went off and did what they normally did. Our Tarkov blew up. We were uploading on Unirock 2, and everything's great. You know, the channel's growing, everyone's happy, everything's good, everything's positive, funny, happiness, laughy, good old time. And then what happens? Well, the fraud razors blow up, and then the RO gets closer and closer and closer until it expires. And now here we are again. Now, every single time that he gets legitimate YouTube attention from people trying to show others, like, you don't want to be this on YouTube. I'm going to tell you now, y'all, if you are an aspiring YouTuber and you think one day you might, hey, MD, good to see you. And you think, you know what, one day I might do YouTube, or you're on YouTube now. You do not want to have this happen. And no, I'm not talking about somebody saying you said something inappropriate to them. The thing that this cult does, it tries to play off of apologists. Do you even know what an apologist is? Do you even know what an apologist does? Why right now these people are engaging in SH and R apologetics that we call RA. You get me, the R and the A followed by the P and the E apologetics. Okay, that's what we'll call R or RA. And why this is so bad is because it's not someone saying, hey, you said something inappropriate to me, stop it. Or he said something inappropriate to me that made me uncomfortable, because that's how this all started. It was said in a live chat. He is the one that grabbed her saying that and has harassed her ever since. I don't get along with Katie. These people out there are so conspiratorial. They're willing to literally make every piece of the puzzle the way they want it to be. You know, they don't like me now. When I was criticizing Katie and I was talking about what she did to Creep Show and making videos, they love me, right? But now you've got a little pocket of these people that they weren't the ones watching anyway. None of these people watch my stuff, but this pocket of people stands up and says, Unirock sucks because he's back hanging with KJ, pushing her bullshit. So you realize that's not true, but why is it significant? Because these people operate off of, if you talk to her, you're an evil, bad person. And if you don't talk to her, you still suck. But if you criticize her, then you're all right. You might be cool sometime. It'll go back and forth. But if you harass the living hell out of her, you're a hero to them. This is a community of apologists, of incels. It's not a good community. It is an extreme community. You've got communities of people that are, you know, just people wanting to watch some entertaining stuff or see some little bits of drama going back and forth, YouTubers arguing and, you know, disagreeing with each other. That's normal. But extreme or extremist communities are the ones that desire for someone to die, for someone to get hurt, for someone to have their channel deleted regardless of what they've done, because they think that their opinion is they have broken terms of service. Now it must be YouTube's opinion that they've broken terms of service. Everything they can do to morph a situation to fit their benefit, they do. And everything that's bad for them, they either ignore, hand wave away. And the way that all of you figure out what's really going on is by asking one question. You can debunk all of these motherfuckers by asking one question. When you see them say something about someone, you say, would you be saying, like, okay, would you be saying the same thing about KJP, right? That you say about yourself. So when he gets an RO, he says, it doesn't apply, it doesn't matter, it's not real, you know. You guys have to go around talking about how Katie shouldn't have cared that he propositioned her while speaking about his peni, right? She shouldn't have cared. If she talks sexually with Kyle, she must talk sexually with him, right? This is an apologist attitude. It means that you're saying that it's the victim's fault or this person's fault that was just, you know, put like this disgusting stuff was put on them by an older man that they had no interest in, and they must be forced to be okay with him talking sexually to them, according to these people, because she talked sexually to Kyle, a young, handsome, gay man. Okay? This is literally how people make excuses for R. It's how people make excuses for R to become RA, R Apologetics. And it sucks that we have to talk about this, because we should be doing fun, good stuff and, like, you know, looking into other things going on the platform. But instead, we have to document this due to how extreme it is. It is really extreme. I mean, really extreme. You guys, this community is a community of apologetics. They are just like an extreme incel community or an extreme MGTOW community. Their opinion is, now, what would have happened, and this is how you debunk them in the snap of a finger. What if Kyle would have gotten an RO from Cheshire? Would they be saying the same thing about Kyle? Let's say Cheshire filed an RO on Kyle. Would they be saying the same thing? Would they be saying that Kyle doesn't really have one, it's just an injunction, yada, yada? No. They'd be arguing the damn opposite. You know it. I know it. Anyone that's not being dishonest, they don't care about applying the same logic to everybody. This is why they are Katie's. They are Katie's. A Katie is someone that does, when someone on YouTube does the worst things that Katie's done, we call them a Katie. A Kate, if you will. A Kate. So if you look at what Katie's done, and then you look at the Silverfish, he is a Katie. If you look at EKC, she is a Katie. If you look at Chesh, she is a Katie. And you can tell this by looking at them and saying, do they invade people's privacy by digging really far into their lives? Are they making YouTube content, or are they just trying to grab anything they can, regardless if it's private, about a child, about their home life, and just throw it out, right? And no, I'm not saying you can't talk about something that she talks about, but when the right way to do it would have been them talking about the video she put out about her R, reacting to it, giving an opinion to it, but going in and trying to lie and skis to get the report. That deserves an RO in its own. Private, when they identified her as the victim when she was protected, which she was, then they now, the person that did that and the others that were involved, and yes, I mean all of them, deserve an RO. Because they are breaching her rights by doing this. She is supposed to have the right to be protected if the Popo want her protected. These guys can't just go out and yank that report and do this, right? Now, what would happen if Katie would have yanked that report on Cheshire or on Sweet Heathen? What would happen if Katie would have done that to try to fact check Cheshire Sweet Heathen? She would be blasted, and they would all be blasting her, and they would all be jumping on it. You know it, and I know it. This is why they are Katie's, okay? This RO today, these ROs, all of it goes down to what Katie recently said. That is what caused me to go to either, I don't remember if it was Unirock 2 or over here, but I told you that Katie was going to file ROs. They were saying I'm a liar. She's not going to do it. Well, here we are. It's happening. Are they going to correct themselves? Oh, no, but they say Unirock doesn't correct himself. Are they going to correct themselves? Are they going to correct themselves about anything they've been proven to be wrong about? Just because they hate her and just because they want to make this garbage fucking movement against her, right, doesn't devalue the criticism against her. It doesn't devalue the YouTubers out there who actually like True Ball of Wax, like Charlotte, like a mountain of other YouTubers that are not doing this. But the problem is, hiding behind and within those people is a group of harassers. It is a group of people who have pushed the boundary, and now they're mad because they're starting to get consequences from it. If they were doing what I'm doing and what I've been doing this whole time, sitting up here and sitting on my Periscope, talking to you about what's going on, that would be different. That's not what they do. That is not what they do. We've already heard about a man being accused of SH. Whether or not it's true doesn't even matter at this point, because it depends. You don't get to harass somebody just because they accused you. Whether it's false or whether it's not, you do not get to harass them. This man having his incel friends, Reds and Astroli, make YouTube and Twitter bots to grab all their stuff and not archive it on the Wayback Machine, that would be normal. But to pull all of it into one of their own email addresses so that they can then try to give it to people, why not put it on the Wayback Machine or archive.org? And so every single human being that wants it can have it by going to a public link. Do you realize archiving also proves something happened? They can't prove that the deleted tweets now, that they didn't modify them, because they're not putting them up on the Wayback Machine and causing an archival of it. This is harassment. It matters why they're doing it. Are they doing it because the man that was accused of SH asked them to? Reds and Astro Boy. Yes, that's why they're doing it. Those guys are incels, and they sit alone in these little servers and these little hangouts and talk to each other and come up with these plans so that they can try to help Steve get out of this. Now, they won't criticize him. We've watched them do this going back years. They won't criticize Steve. They won't pull him in and say, shut up, Steve. Stop doing this. Move on. Quit talking about her. If you would have been doing this before she accused you of SH, you might have an argument to continue doing it. But because you started all of this because she accused you of it, you're never going to win this. You're never going to win it. You did this to yourself. If you were fair and you were criticizing everybody equally and she was someone you criticized, and then you decided after the SH accusation to commentate on what she does publicly, this would be a different story. They are conflating what is going on. That is why they lie in their interviews. It is why they lie, and instead they could go and just put evidence up on the screen. They could do that, can't you know, like we do, like every other commentator does. Why don't they put the evidence Steve always claims to have on the screen? Because he knows the people that hate KJP, and we're talking about the worst ones. Those are the people he is appealing to. Those people don't care about facts and logic. They only care about doing whatever they have to do to be able to join a community that goes against her. That's why this is a cult. It is a cult because of the tactics. It is a cult because they are trying to make one opinion the right opinion. They cannot argue it. They won't. We've invited both of them here. They won't come, right? At least Katie was willing to join in, even though she fucking attacked everybody and flipped out the whole time and then attacked me like crazy after she left the stream. At least she'll jump in here and voice her opinion, say what she wants to say, because they won't do it. They won't do it. You get me? Though they'll act like for some reason I won't talk to them. That should tell you, all you need them doing that is one time for that to tell you that they are dishonest. And now that you know they're dishonest, unless they prove something to you, you shouldn't believe it. Also, they'll have you believe that the totality of evidence, and one of the greatest things happened today, and I'm going to see if I can get Exiled to put that video she showed me earlier into general, please, because I would like to pull that video up and actually commentate through it a little bit. Actually, will you drop it in current live stream? It's a video that expresses how we've got a group of people that created a cult, and the way that they did it was they tried to manipulate everybody into believing that on the internet, you've got to have absolute 100% evidence to be able to show that something's happening. And no, because if that was the case, you'd be getting ripped off on the internet all the time. Every prince of Zimbabwe that tried to get you to send them $10,000 so they can get their million out and give you 100,000 back, you'd fall for it if you thought like they're trying to program you to think. Okay, they've tried to create a philosophy that makes it to where you cannot call them a liar when yes, you can. Yes, you can. If they're lying, you can call them a liar. And they also have a philosophy, and this is why they're a cult, by the way. That's what I'm telling you, why they're a cult. They also have a philosophy that states if you don't record them doing it, then they didn't do it. Well, the problem is I have them recorded doxing me, literally doxing me. Why hasn't he addressed that clip? He says if somebody brings him evidence of him doing something like this, then he'll handle it the right way. He'll admit that he's sorry, right? Oh, man. I don't mind having Katie on to talk. I don't. I just have to be able to do my show. Maybe here later on or something, we'll figure it out. But I got to do my show first. Like, I got to be able to get up here and do my thing. So, yeah, we'll figure that out in just a little bit. But what I really want to talk about is how we got here, how crazy it is that we are here, what is going to happen, and why this shouldn't be it. The ROs against these people cannot be it. Tell me that it's okay for these guys to treat anybody like they're treating Katie. They are not creating a YouTube channel and getting up on it and listing the things that they say she's done wrong or that their opinion is or whatever, okay? They are taking it into the real world. They're trying to make her upset. They're trying to make her feel in fear. Did you see the threat that he put out? He threatened her after he found out she filed ROs. He said, and let me find it. I think I pulled it up. Here we go. This is a threat. So a woman accuses him of SH. Okay, put that in your head. It matters. A woman accuses him of SH. He finds out she's filed a second RO on him. The first RO, she let turn into an NDA to try to help him and to try to make the legal process easier for her attorney. And he accepted this whole big fucking mess of a thing that he wouldn't follow, right? He said that he'd pay 5 Gs. He actually put out evidence, what was it, a week ago, that proved me and Menace right. Me and Menace said that he was the one who was at the detriment because of this, because he didn't want to appear in front of the judge at 2 o'clock knowing the amount of evidence there he couldn't refute. So he needed the RO. He needed the NDA. He shared communications from his attorney that proved his attorney and him were trying to get an NDA so they did not have to stand in front of that judge. Ironic, right? He gets accused of SH. Who cares about all these opinions on whether it happened or not? All that matters is that he got accused. He finds out that she is so scared that she's going for another RO against him, and he says this. She said it has nothing to do with me. He is living in a fantasy world. He is literally living in a fantasy world. Because what? Of course it does. This is what he tells himself so he can sleep, so that he can relax. It don't have nothing to do with me. I'm not getting it. Yes, you are. Now look at the threat. Look at the threat. Tell me if let's just say anybody that's been accused of SHing somebody. Is it smart that you find out after you've done nothing but lie about them and lie about what happened on YouTube channels, on your own channel, and talk about them on your channels since this NDA expired? Is it smart for him to say this? It would be a very bad move right now for her to do that. How is it a bad move for her to file an RO? How? That's a threat. That is threatening. Because he's saying like, oh, that'd be such a bad idea for her to file. What could go wrong? If you're right and there's no evidence, it won't go through. It does not work in this lie of a way that he's presented it. I showed the law for the state. So if he's confident there's no evidence, why does he give a fuck? You get me? But what could he be meaning? It's a bad move, a very bad move right now for her to do that? How? How? What? You scare the living fuck out of people, threaten them like crazy, dox them. I've played the clip so many times, I'm not even going to play it again. We have screenshots of him sharing Katie's address in DMs to people. He's admitted to doing it. He said he was trying to show that she ran a fraudulent fundraiser for her house, to pay for her house. Remember? And he admitted to sharing her address around. And we have the screenshots to prove he did it. He's done all these things. He's got Tina Alcucci telling Katie, this is where she lives. This bitch thinks she's safe. And yet she's not allowed to be scared. Have you guys looked in the mirror? Have you went back and watched your streams, videos, and the things you say? You seem like a violent incel who's pissed because a woman is saying sexual things to another person, so therefore you should have a right to say sexual things to her. That argument is straight from Incelery 101. Straight from the guidebook. Tell me it's not, y'all. Tell me it's not straight from the damn incel guidebook. That is what he is responding to on Twitter today. Not correcting it. Not saying, no, now hold on. I shouldn't be allowed to say anything sexual to a woman just because Kyle Curtis does. That's really fucking creepy. That's how Preds think. That's how creepos think. Why isn't he correcting these people? He's letting this be spam. This is Red's rhetoric and Astro Boy and Steve's excuse personified. The sad thing is, yeah, people don't like Katie, but the next YouTuber that somebody does this to, it's going to be one that you like. One of your favorite ones. And they're just going to be done. If YouTube's going to allow this shit, if Twitter's going to allow it, if the platforms are going to allow it, people are just going to fucking go. There has to be some kind of protection. There's got to be something that people can do. After she gets these ROs, she would be crazy to not contact her YouTube contact and give the successful ROs to YouTube and Patreon and Twitter. They will immediately cut them from the platform permanently. All of them. Onision lost $6,000 a month because he shared a phone number at the top of a screenshot. Fact. You're telling me all of this isn't going to lead towards a banning? And I've been the #1 proponent to say they don't need banned. They just need to move on. They can't handle themselves. They're too obsessed with KJP. They just need to find somebody else to talk about so they don't get censored. I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind. He knew this would happen. He knew she could file. He knows that the previous evidence was thrown out without prejudice, meaning it could be used again. So she can go in with every bit of the previous evidence, because guess what? He didn't fight it like he lies and says he did. And she can take that back factually, and she can take in everything else that's happened since then. And he wants to sit and act like other people like Aaron and Cheshire doing things that he just has nothing to do with it. That's not evidence that he did something. Yes, it is. You're causing it. You're doing it. It's you. If you did not do this, it would not be happening. That is why your group is a cult. That is why it's a cult group. Let's see what the side chat, or I'm sorry, the Discord has for me. They got images, and let's see what's up. Let's keep this damn thing moving. Let's go. Okay, so let's see here. I guess we've got some images, and let's talk more about what's going on today, and let's kind of like get Navy and them in here in a few minutes, because I know they've got a lot to say. So let's start off with a little bit of like what's going on right now. Move that into how we got here, the quick version, the summed up version. And then let's pull the peeps in and talk and relax, because I'm not streaming late tonight. I got video production scheduled tomorrow. So here we go. First things first. About a week ago? Was it? Katie said that she was going to be filing ROs. So she'd gone back and forth and acted like she might have changed her mind or might be waiting. But, oh, did you guys know all of a sudden Drunken Urinal Corn is taking like so many days off, like a month and a half, and that Cheshire's taking like 3 weeks off, and that everybody, all of Steve's friends are just like taking a break for a little bit all of a sudden? Did you hear about that? I heard about that. I don't know what the details are. I just heard that. Anyway, who would be getting them in my opinion? My opinion, Steve McRae is shyster number one. Because if you don't get him, this will never stop. This man has drawn the battle lines. He is basically saying he doesn't care to get... Did you see like his last stream? It was titled Mental Unwellness, as if he was going to give some kind of speech or something, or some kind of like class on mental unwellness. He literally just attacked people and put them down the whole stream. Especially our friend Ethan. Ethan, you know, Ethan plays. He's been coming in and chilling with us, formerly known as ProLib. The actor formerly known as ProLib. I like that. He did nothing but shit on him. He didn't criticize him. He didn't talk about why he was saying what he was saying, why he felt like he felt. When you hear me talk, you know all of those things. You could watch my streams or my videos once or twice due to the fact of how much information I pack into them, because you won't even pick it all up in one stream. I very specifically tell you why I feel like I do. I show examples, right? These guys, on the other hand, I don't know why, but when they go at somebody, they just complain. They're just Karens. They just want to speak to the manager, tell on them, and whine and cry and bitch and attack and make fun of and insult and put down. And that's all they do. I mean, I've asked people, and I know I'm going to say this for the 50th time, show me where he did something more than that, and they can't. I've also asked to see one of his actual YouTube presentations. Turns out there aren't any. Literally, it's just some amalgamation of him screaming at somebody, shitting on somebody, or reading a Wikipedia article in a horrible... He doesn't even read well. And I wish I wasn't... I wish it was a joke. I wish this was a joke. The point is, I think all he can do is attack people. I think his entire philosophical thing is a facade. It's a philosophical facade. Because it's just a front to give him an excuse to try to attack people more successful and maybe find some other people that want to troll those people. So when he goes at R and Raw, he's got like a base of people that don't like the Katie stuff, but they like attacking R and Raw and Matt Dillahunty, so they come in and help him. And on the other side of it, he's got Katie haters, and they don't know shit about R and Raw or Matt Dillahunty or Jimmy Snow. They're religious kind of, or anti-religious if you want to say about atheists, but they are speakers of religion. They want the Katie stuff, so when he goes to Katie, they come in and jump in for it. And he's almost got these little pockets of haters that are like condensed in to help him go at whoever he decides to go at that day. And he really does think that he's some kind of like next level content creator, which is just laughable because he's just copying whoever it is he's going at that day. And if he was some kind of next level content creator, where is the content? And I'm not saying this facetiously or to make fun of him. I am serious. Where in the hell is it? Where's the good content? This isn't. Attacking these people, acting like you're better than everybody, just shitting on everybody out there. That's not content. That's you being, I hate to say it, entitled. So what I just said about the SH accusation where somebody out there was saying, well, if Kyle's going to talk sexually to Katie and they're going to let Steve be around, they can't get mad if Steve talks sexually. No, they shouldn't. They probably should let Steve say some, sexual jokes and shit, as long as they're not aimed at Katie or anyone specific. And I'll be damned, though, it does not give him permission to proposition somebody for sex, a sexual act or sex, which is what he did. He has this lie that he just looked into the camera and said, peni, 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 peni. And Katie said, oh my God, you're SHing me. That's not what happened. He brought it up, talked about how good it was, how big it was, how long he lasts, and then propositioned her. And that's why, and he did it while looking in the camera with this mean face on, because he was so pissed that she had told him, no, stop it. Don't direct this shit at me. Why wouldn't he just direct his responses at Kyle? If Katie and Kyle were talking about Kyle going on a date and talking about whether he got his, some booty, and Steve wanted to make a joke, why not direct it at Kyle instead of Katie? Because the problem is his sexual comments when he was drinking, getting later at night, or whatever the situation was in those streams, was directed at her. This is a common thing that he did. Wasn't some one-off thing, right? So the point is, I think that we should be asking ourselves, this is admitted to by him and should have ended with a, hey, that was uncomfortable, and since I was at work, it's sexual harassment, so I'm never going to be around you again. Him responding with, fuck off, who cares? Even if he wanted to be a dick, him responding and being done. There can never be an excuse from anybody out there where it's okay that if you have an R victim of yours, or you have an SA victim of yours, or you have an SH victim of yours, there's no excuse where after that happens, even if it's just a blind accusation, let's say you've never even called this person on the phone and they're just like, blah, I'm saying it. Maybe then you can treat it as if it's nothing. But when you've admitted that you were there, that this happened, and that you said these things, and that your opinion is she should just be okay with it, which is their opinion. That is happening out there right now. There's no excuse for continued engagement. Why? Because he shouldn't want people to think he's a creep. Unless he is. And I'm sorry to say, we all think he is now. And we're all people that before he acted like this, we didn't think this about him. It's not right. It sucks. It's dumb. It shouldn't be here. Let's take a look. First things first, she tweeted this out, and we've got him tweeting this in response. This is basically just, hey, or I'm sorry, wrong one. She shows she filed, or she was granted the first, filed a second. He says, she said it has nothing to do with me. Keep looking in the mirror and saying that over and over and over. It'll be like the Candy Man. Once you say it 3 times, it'll be real. And it would be a very bad move right now for her to do that. So I doubt it, very much doubt it. Well, we're glad you doubt it, because if she doesn't do this, I saw it, Michelle. I saw it. I'm getting there. You want me to go now? You want me to do it now? I was trying to follow the flow of the chronological order, but I can't say that one out loud. That last one, yeah, I'm not going to bring that up. She told me not to bring that up. That has something in it that I'm not bringing up, because she told me not to bring it up. I mean, I've got it all. Everything. I don't know. I don't see anything new. Okay, we've got. Oh no, I have that. So I've got that one. I got that one. I got that one. I got that one. Okay, Menace just dropped something. All right. And I don't know if like Menace, Navy, and everybody. I know Navy just staged. Okay, we'll get Navy in after I show you guys this. So let's get this done. All right, music back. Let's go. Like I was saying, she put this out, then she put this out, first and second, then her first one granted, which doesn't mean it's filed, it means it's granted, and she has put out a second one. Some dingbat on Twitter is like, I don't know where Uni was saying it, why he's saying there's multiple ones, he's just crazy. Yeah, I'm just making it up, right? That's what you guys have convinced yourself, because that's what your cult leader tells you. I just make stuff up, right? Then he threatened her, saying it'd be a very bad move if she did that. Well, I guess she made a very bad move, Steve. She made a very bad move. And so Menace just shared with me this. I'm too lazy to find where she said it. Some else can. She didn't say what you said she said. You completely misquoted her. It's almost like you've got really dumb people running to you, telling you what people say, instead of you actually watching the streams and watching what happened. Yeah, it seems like that's what's happening. I think she should be much more concerned for some other legal action heading her way soon than filing a false TRO on me. See how sick in the head he is? Every normal human being says, I would never let someone like him treat one of my family members or friends or just anybody like that. My opinion would be no person should be treating another person like he treats her, not the other way around, right? And his response is, I'm going to threaten her with a lawsuit if she files a restraining order on me. Go ahead. Can you even sue somebody who put a restraining order on you because of a sexual harassment accusation that turned into harassment for 2 years? Like, are they going to let him use the court system to harass her? And are they going to do that? Because that's what would be happening there. No, I'm telling you, she said, look, guys, hear me out. I know a little bit more than what I'm telling you because I've been told not to say certain things. So I'm going to say it like this. She did not just file one today. She filed multiple. She received multiple. Multiple have been approved, have already been granted, according to her, okay? And she's also filing the others. So her attorney is shooting them through as he gets them done, and she's already got multiple granted. Factually, unless she's straight lying, that's what's happened. That's the claim. The claim is, straight out of her mouth, she's filed multiple and have been granted multiple. None of them have been denied. The others just aren't either A, filed or B, granted yet. Got me? And if I go back to what she originally said, so this is not her saying this now, this is her going back a week or so ago. I told you she was going to file on Aaron, Steve, and bunches of other people, right? There was like 5 or 6 people she was going to file on. And so I would assume that she's filed in that pool of either 5 to 7 people, that she's filed multiple, gotten granted multiple, and still has some left to file because nothing's been denied. Got me? So, you know, take that as you want. I'm relaying the info there. The only thing I'm adding into it is my opinion from a week ago when it comes to who, okay? The only thing I'm adding, my opinion from a week ago when it comes to who. All right? All right. I know who the two people... Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. Let me do a dance because sometimes it helps. I'm a robot. This is Unibot 5000. I don't want to mess this up again. Fuel me with kombucha. So then he says, I think she should be much more concerned for some other legal action headed her way very soon than filing. Why the... What the fuck does it... Does he really think he's scaring anybody? If I were her, I wouldn't be scared by that whatsoever. I'd say, go ahead, waste your fucking money and come at me. I'm doing this because he's already had an out. He already got a successful RO on his ass, and he's already been given an NDA so he could get out of it. He's already let it expire and done nothing but lie about it, attack her, and just go around inciting more and more. Because of the lies he's telling, it's inciting a bunch of dingbats to constantly spam her with shit. His words, his behavior, his lies are causing the targeted harassment to be in high numbers. Factual. But his way of responding is to threaten legal action against her. He's got to threaten her. Right? That's the best way to handle responding to another RO. Try to scare her away from doing it, right? That's gonna work. May have worked the first time. Maybe you should have tried this the first time, because now I don't think you can stop her. You guys targeting members of her family, you guys targeting her constantly. Why wouldn't she do this? Are you this insane? How does he not see it? That'll be a question for Navy, Menace, anybody else. Wouldn't make any sense, but nothing she ever does, smiley face. You're just trying to incite it. You're literally challenging her to do it. And I hope she does take this as a challenge. And I hope she meets you in the court of law and fights you on this to see who comes out ahead. That's what should happen here. Meet in the court and take this to the end. Figure out who has their rights violated, what crimes are being committed where. But if she does not file these ROs and then go and file charges, like go in and file police reports on everything that's happening and demand intervention, then she's not protecting her family. It's as simple as that. That is the baseline with these psychos. The baseline would be ROs on all of them, and then taking in and filing charges, and then going to your attorney and saying, what civil action do I have at my disposal? And saying, fire, go, do it now. This has to end. We've even gone to journalists and talked to them, and they are baffled at why this is still going on, why it hasn't ended. So I don't know how anyone can say that her getting a successful RO, but then being willing to let him go down to an NDA so that she has more of an assurance when it comes to just his verbal bullshit, right? How is that not him? How can he not take that and say he got lucky? You know what it is? He's convinced himself of his own lies. He has convinced himself. It is insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. He thinks he's going to go back in here again, and he's not going to he just expects that this time when he gets the RO filed on him, he's going to win this time, and everything's going to be hunky-dory. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. It would be a very bad and bizarre move considering she has multiple legal actions heading her way. From who? Where? Oh, that's what he's doing. Trying to pretend as if he's suing her and all this garbage. Why didn't you sue her while the NDA was there? Why didn't you do it then? Why'd you wait until the NDA expired? Because you were worried about breaking the NDA? Why isn't there a clause in the NDA that says you can sue her if you want to, if this is the case? Like, it's just, none of this makes sense, man. You're just making this up as you go. This is the cringiest story that ever existed. It's so fucked. Every piece of it is so fucked. I don't understand why anybody would want to be involved with that many multiple cases. Oh, is he talking about Chrysler? You're telling me Todd Chrysler is going to allow his daughter to excommunicate him by suing Katie because she said she'd excommunicate. You realize Todd Chrysler's threatened to sue her. We need to watch that. I need that in the bottom of current live stream. Todd Chrysler's video. Todd Chrysler has threatened to sue Katie like 854 times to the point where we don't even report on it anymore. And you're just expecting us to believe it this time. I mean, I wouldn't mind if he did, but still it's like, and what did Katie do to the Chryslers? Somebody give me somebody hook me up. Type it in the chat. I want to know. But to each their own, I guess. And sorry, correction, possible, but highly probable multiple legal actions heading her way. Hold on a minute. Wait. I got to read where he corrected himself here. Oh, so you're putting a possible in front of the legal actions yourself. You're putting it in yourself. You're worried that you would have gotten in trouble for saying that, huh? You were scared that you get in some trouble, so you had to correct yourself, huh? All right, we got to get Navy in. Navy's got, I guess, updates to everything. Katie's given more details, more information here. So let's get him in. Let's see what's up, and let's keep moving. I think I got it all right. We're done. We done? Read KJ's tweets. What, is there more? I can't read that one. Do you remember what she told me when she came in here? Like, if you're talking about that one, I can't read it. I won't read it. But the others I will. Hold up. Maybe one more. The code for I'll be running another fraud raiser. Oh, is that what's going on? Okay, well, let's get Navy in. He'll hook us up. Because I forgot to mention that he has announced that he will be running a fundraiser, or a fraud raiser, if you will. Wait a minute. He can't run a fundraiser for this, right? Can he or can't he? Would this one, you can't run a fundraiser if it has to do with defending yourself from either harassment, murder, SH, or R. You're not allowed to. There's some kind of like thing where you can't use any platform to run a fundraiser to defend yourself from those kind of accusations is what we've been told. So I don't know. The new ones? Okay. New ones. Okay. Get me the new ones. Am I still in the current damn live stream room? All right. Well, I'm not. That's why I couldn't see anything. Michelle, I'm not in general. I'm in current live stream. That's why I couldn't see shit. All right. Highly probable, multiple legal action, fraud raiser dependent. Yes, exactly. Lolly says, I've only seen videos of Steve, etc., doxing and referring to his member in reference to Katie. That is enough for me. I've seen a couple of other minor things, but those two are enough. So let me read that again. I've only seen videos of Step, etc., doxing and referring to his member in reference to Katie. Let's see. Well, he did do it in reference to Shesh. Rattle. Hold on. Can I do it? Hey, nobody knows what I'm talking about, so I might as well put it on the screen. The thumbnail is fire. Hey, that's not my thumbnail. That's Nate the lawyer's thumbnail. You got to thank Nate the lawyer for that thumbnail. I had a different thumbnail, but Nate's thumbnail was so good that I switched it. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah. Yeah, Jason, thanks, dude. But, yeah, that thumbnail, all credit for the thumbnail goes to Nate the lawyer. That's all Nate the lawyer. Steve stole... I'm a banana. Steve stole Christmas. It's on LB, KJ, and Steve, a fraud raiser, fake DMs, and all other kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, no, I covered that back in 2019. It's almost like it's been so long, I need to do like another like refresh. So anyway, okay, Navy. Hey, Navy.
What's going on, Bubba?
Oh, just trying to get people the goods. Supposedly there's a bunch of new tweets from KJ that people want me to put up, but I won't put up the one due to the subject matter that she told me not to, no one should ever talk about that subject matter, if anyone recalls what I'm talking about. So no talk about that tweet, please, or any tweet like that. So Nate the lawyer retweeted this live stream. That's because he's a good guy. That's because he's a good guy. Navy, hook it up. What do you got? What's going on, man?
Oh man, this is just craziness. First off, I saw you were kind of hitting me up and I wanted to not correct something, but make sure it was clear. So Katie has filed several ROs. As of right now, only one has been granted. So we're still waiting on the other one that she said that she had filed to be granted. So
okay, for those for the original two,
Correct.
people.
Correct.
Okay,
only
because
one has been granted. The other one just got filed.
Okay, but you were there before I started this stream where our communicator that's between her and us told us there were two, correct?
There are two ROs that have been filed right now.
Maybe you weren't there, but before the stream, I was told that there were two people that they got them on. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say the names of those two people, of course, because we're not supposed to. But
Yep.
yes, so we were told that there were two because they gave us two names and said those two had gone through. So, okay, well, so I guess one of those two has gone through is what the update would be, right? Or the correction, right?
Right. So as far as we know, she has filed two. One has been granted.
Okay, gotcha. As far as we know, okay, because yeah, all day we were under the impression that it was two. So I don't know, maybe just a miscommunication. Because guess what? I'm not talking to KJP. That's what happens. No funding for. Okay, Conrad's hooking us up with a clause. It says, quote, for the legal defense of alleged crimes associated with hate, violence, harassment, bullying, ... Yes. So he literally cannot fundraise to be able to defend himself in this issue. If he does, he stands to be in like a lot of, oh shit, what's going on there? I have to cut this over. He stands to be in trouble if he tries to actually do that. And I don't think he'll care, because if you recall that last one that he did, the one about the legal defense of Kyle and her, he included her in there. So he's already done a completely fraudulent fundraiser against the rules of the platform he fundraised on. He didn't care when we all told him, like, dude, you cannot do that. And he just pushed it forward. So definitely. Chimera says, we were under the understanding that there were 2. The second not being granted yet was learned by me in this chat a little bit ago. Okay, thank you, Chimera. All right, that explains it. All right. So our source that had brought us that there was 2 granted was just a miscommunication, which it happens. I mean, that's normal.
Yeah.
So we're good. Oh my God, the memes are so fire. Who is doing these excellent memes? I just can't tell who it may be. Is it Dr. Memes?
It is Dr. Memes, yes.
Well, how does he think? It's almost like he's just a meme machine. Good Lord. How does he do these so fast? Oh my God, that's my favorite one. I had this one silverfish. I literally had to use everything on him. Well, I just want to say that I'm a huge fan. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Goddamn hackers lost all my Tarkov gear. I like that one. We'll pull it up later. This man isn't an expert to be anything about mental... Oh my God, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Silverfish alone as usual. I wonder if they see my lies. So I would assume it would have been Katie who came into live chat. She's the only one that could have updated Chimera. Am I wrong?
Well, part of it too was the tweets I grabbed that were sent to me by I have a fan who likes to send me tweets all the time. So that one confirmed. Yeah, that one had confirmed from Katie herself that one was granted and the other one had just been filed.
Okay, so it was just a miscommunication. Gotcha. And we've got a lot more tweets from a silvery fish. Okay.
Yeah, one of them that one of the Katie tweets was dropped that was sent to me, dropped in there was I guess kind of described what led to the filings today, and it's some messed up shit.
I'm sorry. What'd you say one more time though about filings? Because I was reading a tweet from Silverfish that's so bad that I just couldn't focus on what you were saying. He's trying to threaten Katie. It's so obvious he's trying to threaten her and threaten her and threaten her and threaten her that, I mean, fuck. It's every tweet that I see from him is another threat towards Katie. But go ahead, say what you said so you don't lose it, and then we'll read this.
One of the tweets that was sent to me that KJ put out actually kind of described, I guess, what helped fuel the filings today for the ROs. And
okay.
It's just some messed up stuff. You can read through it. I don't know if you want to put it up there. It could be a little triggering.
Oh, I want to read through it. Do you know where would it be at?
So it's going to be 2 above that tweet that you're showing right now that's stepping up.
Okay, this is what KJ said led her to file these ROs. What I watched last night leading to these ROs were people abusing somebody via threats, brainwashing, and sending that person videos of people being blanked and blanked to scare her into reporting me and my husband to the police for I'm going to replace this word with family's safety. We're not releasing names as he's a target. Okay, gotcha. That's insane. So what she's saying is that she, after getting all this communication from, I would assume Nat, because Nat's the one who publicly said she's going to give all this to KJP, that KJP now states that she's gone through it and seen these things. Are we able to kind of like glean that from what she's saying, Navy? Is that how you took it?
As far as I know, that's kind of what it seems like. So, like I said, I don't want to speak, any kind of like guarantees or anything, but
well, sure. All of this,
Mm-hmm.
All of this is just us getting initial information. It's breaking news, so all of it's going to be updated, right? So, really. Like I know Katie said something, refrain from putting out misinformation. If the only way that's going to be refrained from is if you're very specific, because without you being very specific and letting us know what's happened, we have to take what people, our middle people, are telling us as the only info we have. So until we can actually get information that and apply it to what they've said, they've been pretty damn close today. Now I know she probably isn't happy that one of her people that she's talking to, and she's talking to a bunch of people, but one of them has been coming and telling us what's been going on. So she may not be happy about that, is what I would assume. I'm not trying to piss her off. This is breaking news. She does scoops all the time. She has to understand how this is. So, you know, this is big. And we're all rooting for her to be able... Here's what I want, Navy. If you were to ask me, what do I want to happen? I've said this a million times. I don't want to see anybody getting in trouble. I don't want to see anybody stuck with an RO. I don't want to see anybody having their free speech stomped upon. Though, when you aren't using free speech and instead are trying to go and manipulate, lie, affect, and bullshit the situation, mold it the way you want it, when you're so affected by a story, you're so, as the opposition would say, butthurt by a story, that you would go out and try to change that story with your actions, or with you and your friends working in tandem's actions, then that is the difference between somebody which would be sitting up on YouTube commentating on something, and the difference between trying to go too far and affect things in real life. That, in my opinion, is the difference. Breaking into real life, trying to affect the story yourself. Like, anyway, Spicy says Nat faked this because Nat now knows that she can be charged in the UK. Well, fake, you mean to fake that thing? Those videos or something? If that's the case, they'll find out. Saltsy's got, and he said this, so this is not me releasing any information. He's got a team of cybersecurity experts on this, and that's their job, is to verify recordings, verify. I don't know how she would have faked what happened, unless those two people in that recording are the dumbest human beings that have ever set foot on this planet. Then I don't know how she's faked something. And the main reason on that one is they're not reacting as normal people who are asking questions. A normal person would have said, that's not Katie. Katie's not messaging you. That's a fake Katie. Make Katie prove it's really her if it is her. Tell her just to tweet right now something random. Tell her to tell you what it is. Doesn't have to be your name. Doesn't have to make, like, tell her to tweet that Teen Mom 2 is an awesome show. Something like that. And if she tweets it, then we know it's the real her. If she doesn't, then we know it's a fake her. But before we engage, we have to know. You would expect them to say something like that. They didn't, right? You would expect them to just be shocked at the fact that Katie was saying this to Nat. The Katie that Nat was talking to acted exactly like they described that she would. So what are we all going to think? And I'd love for us to have this conversation. How could Nat have faked it? How could, like, I want to know what the possibilities are, what your opinion is, because I've heard this from several people, and I'm thinking about doing a video on it. And that's what I've been doing, is talking to people, getting their opinions, seeing what their main, thought is for what's really happening. But I don't see how Nat preempted this by tricking these other two people. What did she do? Go to those two people and say, hey, let's record a recording pretending like we're talking to KJP and that she's threatening us. Like, what would have happened to get them to be okay with doing this so that it could be faked? I truly want to know. I mean it. And I know it's going to be hard because we actually do have 300 people watching. You guys are not bots. You're real people. So our chat is flying like you would assume it to, being on subscriber only and slow mode. But I'm talking about whatever she received last night. Oh, let me read it again because Discovery. Oh, fuck. That's him. She didn't receive anything last night. She watched something last night, according to what she said. So, like, I'm assuming that whatever she's watching is what she got, right? Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll get it going. We'll figure it out as we go. Because I want Navy's opinion on what he thinks these tweets from the Silverfish mean. And then I hope maybe like Menace and others will jump in to talk with us so we could just, maybe we'll play some video games. Maybe we won't, but I'd like to know Menace's opinion and more of what you guys think. So let's do it right now. Navy, I've got to go get a little CBD and something to drink. 30 seconds here, so I'm going to mute and I'll unmute in a second.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Let's move on and get this pumping. I want to know Navy's opinion on the multiple tweets. If you weren't here, if you didn't know what's going on. So after he finds out that the ROs are being filed and granted today, Silverfish starts to threaten and type threatening things directed at KJP, like, from what I understand, during discovery, legal counsel can request all data directly from Twitter from them by subpoena, which includes deleted tweets and anything ever sent to you or from you. This is why I prefer to use Twitter. It keeps a record. Sure, buddy. Sure. You know it goes both ways, right? You realize it goes both ways. Just as long as you know it goes both ways. But the reason he's typing this and the reason he's been typing the previous statements he said about legal action is because he's implying that he is suing Katie. Now, the reason why you keep seeing people in my live chat talk about fraudulent fundraisers, he's already done one fraudulent fundraiser to raise money to try and do the RO. The first RO with Katie, he ran a fraudulent fundraiser to collect money to help him pay for a lawyer or defend against KJP. And the reason it's fraudulent, as Conrad just said, on the platforms, you cannot fundraise for a legal defense, for harassment, for a whole list of other charges. And that is the charge here. It is cyber stalking and harassment. Either way, we're going to figure out what everybody thinks about him threatening KJ. And is it going to work? Is she going to back down? Is Silverfish's threats going to save him from RO number 2? Find out next on Rock'alot. Why isn't my mic working? And as always, whether you like a little bit of rum and coke, whether you like a little bit of Sprite, whether you like a little bit of that sweet Chiba, whether you're like me and you like some CBD, or maybe it's tea with the lemons dripped in, whatever you do, go ahead and grab it, because when we get back, we're going to relax and do our thing and feel good and chill tonight on Rock'alot. All right, Navy. So, you've seen the threats from the Silverfish, or I don't know what you want to call it, legal threats. What do you think?
Yeah.
You think he's trying to scare her out of an RO?
I think, well, I don't know if he's actually trying to scare her out of an RO, which I could absolutely 100% see, or if he is just playing, you know, the big boss in front of all his little sycophants, you know, trying to claim that, you know, oh, she, you know, he's pulling a fucking pro Doxing. Oh, she better not, you know, it's not a good time for her to do that. It's just him bloviating and trying to sound like he's big and bad and in control, when I think that's really telling that he's probably not. He's shaking it.
Well, I mean, he's talking about if he sues Katie, then he gets to subpoena all of her Twitter records. Him talking like this, though, I don't think he gets it. You're not allowed to use the court system like this. So the point would be, you can't just sit here and brag about what you're going to do in court to somebody and then walk in and do it. Like with the Kyle situation, what he said was something along the effects of, he wasn't suing Kyle for the channel. He'd been lying the whole time. He's doing it to try to put Kyle in jail and to punish Kyle. And of course, a lot of people made the point that there are several lawsuits that were thrown out because somebody said that. So, we've also got a few others here. Let me try to pull them up. We've got this. He says, I think she should be much more concerned for some other legal action heading her way very soon than filing another false TRO on me. So he's calling the first TRO false, which I think she should be adding to the pile of things to give for an RO for him. Every lie he told about the first RO, in my opinion, should be given to the judge so that the judge can know that, you know, and if the judge doesn't do this, he's going to keep leading people into attacking her and leading people into harassing her, because they go out and they tweet at her, under her, and just constantly follow her around in live chats and shit, talking about the lies he tells. They demand that she apologize. We've watched that happen. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Does he realize how much Discovery eats into legal fees? Is Ruhif willing to support him forever? He wants you to pay for it, B. He wants the YouTube community. He wants to fundraise this. We have a previous statements from him talking about how he would have to fundraise in order to do this against Katie and fight the RO. If she tries to file in another RO, we're going to have to fight. You remember that, Navy, right?
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. Talking about he was going to fight it and show that, you know, she had no evidence and all kinds of stuff. He's just grandstanding. I think what happens is he starts doing this. He starts booming out because every time he gets scared, something's going to happen. Right? He starts booming out and claiming that he has, you know, oh, if she does this, then we're going to have to do this, acting like he's all big and bad and has all this evidence. When in proof, what we've seen, what we know to be true, is that he doesn't, and that give him the chance, he'll bend the knee.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Somebody named Jen McCow is trying to say that I'm discussing what you did today? No, I'm not.
No. She's putting out, I think Katie put out a tweet talking about that. She's just typing in what the tweet was about.
I didn't bring up her kid at all. Katie literally is exploding because I'm talking about this. Really? You tweeted it. You tweeted it out. What are you talking about? How am I not going to discuss it? Thank you, Jen. Sorry, Jen. I thought Jen was trying to claim that I was saying something about Jen. I apologize, Jen. I didn't know. So now Katie's pissed because we're talking about this?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Well, the thing
why
is,
why didn't she just not say anything then? If she didn't want anyone talking about it, why didn't she not post it? She bragged about what she did today, and now she's pissed at... So you really think people aren't going to talk about this now all of a sudden? Jesus Christ. I don't know what to do. I can't figure these two out. I think they're both losing it, man. I'm on the side with both of them. They're both losing their shit. At least, though, Katie isn't harassing him, and he's doing the opposite and harassing her. At least I can say that about her. She's not harassing him. She's trying to take it the legal way, right?
Yeah, no, she really is, regardless of what she's tweeting out. Daryl Frost says, Silverfish is retweeting comments from this channel.
Comments? What do you mean comments? Like live chat?
I am not sure. Let me see if I can find it.
All right. It's like they're both just bugging out. Unirock, we're gonna flip out about Unirock. Like, Jesus, man, stop putting things out if you don't want people to talk about it. It's that easy. Holy shit, kabibble, Batman. And I have not given any misinformation out. I was told that by the person Katie told it to. So I updated the channel as soon as we had an update. But honestly, I don't know why that person thought that when they were talking in DMs. So we have DMs. But anyway, I'm not gonna go anywhere there. Exiled said, while you look for that, Exiled says, Steve is portraying himself confidently, apparently unaware that he's been acting like a buffoon on social media for the past couple years. Exiled, I just think that they're living in this kind of locale dream world where they're like, that they think they get to dictate everyone else's actions and behavior. They think they get to do that. They, instead of worrying about their own actions and behavior, they get to dictate everybody else's. So if they want to go to Twitter and she puts out that, you know, she's filing these things and they're granted and all this garbage, right? Then it's now messed up if Unirock talks about it. God knows why or how. I can't. I'd have to try to sit down and think about it to figure it out. But anyway, maybe you guys can help me figure it out. Hi, Charlotte. Good to see you. Darryl says, but he never watches this channel. He's my biggest fan. Literally, I log into my studio and it says, your most watch time comes from Silverfish. And then YouTube has this giant silverfish float by my screen. It's so awesome, the new animations that YouTube put in. Steve tweeted, Tina is not in good health right now. The last thing she would ever do is send KJ anything. He's not doing well medically and wants people to know that this is an outright lie. What in the fuck? Whoever said Tina was giving KJ anything? Whoever said that?
Earlier, KJ or Katie came in.
Dragnot. I that's what it seems. I don't know if it's towards him yet. We don't know who's got the ROs yet. Go ahead, man. I was responding to Drag, sorry.
Yeah. Earlier, Katie came in and said that she had gotten information from Tina, right? What she meant was Christina Rain, the one that's in our live chat, not.
Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. Yes. Okay. So she's saying she's talking to someone named Tina. Steve assumes it's his Tina. Now, the interesting thing is, all of a sudden, now hold on a minute. Wait. Tina, I'll cut you. As soon as she's in great health to go around doing Steve's bidding for 2 years, including doxing people and threatening people. But then, when all of a sudden LMN and Nats, all of their communications get dumped to Saltsy, now Tina isn't doing well medically and stuff, and doesn't feel good or something. Interesting. Weird. It's weird, isn't it? So yes, Navy, basically she was talking about Tina as in a Christina and Steve being the arbiter of truth and all this garbage. Confused it with Tina, I'll cut you, right?
Yes.
Let's just sit back and enjoy the shit show, Navy. Let's just sit back and enjoy the shit show. Here we fucking go again. Here we go again.
And I just got word too. Apparently, Tina has that. Steve's Tina has been having some medical issues for a little bit going on.
I'm not saying she didn't. I'm just, all I said was, is it's interesting that all of this is happening now. It's interesting. I'm just processing this as it comes in. Because watch, as time goes on, if I talk about all this stuff, all of a sudden I'm spreading misinformation and I'm an asshole. When, I mean, look at the people in their channels who are accusing me of that, for fuck's sake. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, this whole thing is a dumpster fire.
What matters is that, number one, if you go and file ROs today and you don't want people to know, don't put it on Twitter. Even if somebody brings it to me, I'm not going to talk about it until you're putting it out publicly on social media. All right? Because once you post it on social media, those people that watch your Twitter are going to rush out and start telling everybody and sending screenshots around. And don't tell me that the people involved don't know that, okay? They do. So I think it's so unprofessional and fucked up to sit and attack at me, right? And be rude and fucking try to shit on my show, even though it's not much of a show to shit on, and I do admit that. But they're still doing it. They're still trying to shit on my show simply because I'm willing to sit here and talk about what's going on. And I mean, I straight said from the get-go that the only information we had was that 2 of them had went through, that multiple had went through. That why? Because that's what we were told. So when I see Katie, when I have somebody approaching me, no, it's not enough for me to just go live. That's why I didn't schedule the stream until I knew Katie was posting it publicly on Twitter. Then I said, oh, look, we can talk about this. It's publicly posted on Twitter. It's so dumb, bro.
Yeah, and I was reminded in general to not forget about all the vacations that are happening.
Oh, yes, remind me of these vacations, Navy. Please, help us out.
So I think Golden Urinal, Trash Goblin, and a couple are taking time away to go do vacations. All of a sudden, they're going to step away for a bit. And I think those the 2 that we had talked about. Yeah, that we found out.
So on top of Tina not being medically well now, after Nat and LMN give everything to the FBI and Saltsy, now Cheshire and Golden Urinal Corn, 2 people, Drunken Urinal Corn, 2 people, all of these people are the ones I originally came out and said were accused of doing this to Nat with Tina and LMN. All of them are coming up with reasons to take a break on the internet as soon as they find out, oh my God, Uni ain't lying, this happened, and the communications were handed over. And now, to prove it, Uni just uploaded a recording to UniRock 2 yesterday, so now they know. So they're like, they first call me a liar no matter what I put out, right? And then they start seeing there's evidence behind it.
Yep.
And then after evidence is behind it, they still call me a liar. But then once I'm proven right, they say, he just got lucky that one time. But the problem is, they've literally said that about every single thing I've ever put out. I only got lucky that one time 4,675 times.
So Dr. Micha sent me a message. He said, Silverfish is afraid that Tina will cut you can release incriminating evidence against them.
Is he? Is that what he said? Or how did we get that?
Well, I think that's what they're saying is that's what it looks like when he jumps to Twitter to try to say, oh, it wasn't Tina because she's in the hospital or she's not doing well or whatever. So is he actually scared that if it was her that she could release something on him? I wonder.
Did he say she was in the hospital or just not doing well or?
Not doing well, yeah. She has like some medical issues or whatever. Because that's what he was trying to justify. It
wait,
wasn't her.
Conrad just said, wasn't Tina on the Plummet stream on Steve's channel a couple nights ago? She's sitting here streaming, but now she's all of a sudden... Now she's not good? Steve talks to Tina every day, and the only thing Tina does is Steve's instructions. Now, when Tina is out there, doing all of Steve's bidding, Steve loves Tina. But just on those things that Tina does, like sharing an address and saying, this bitch thinks she's safe, and then influencing Nat and helping LMN with Nat, those are the only things, by the way, those are the, only single things that Steve, he didn't tell Tina to do that. Oh no, Tina did that on her own. Every other 9,999 million things she did is just, that's what Steve told her, yeah. Sure. Sure, if you believe that, I got a plot of land in Nebraska to sell ya. Hey. I don't know why I even give a fuck if KJ is pissed off that I'm talking about this. I don't even give a fuck, man.
Well, she claims it's not public because her Twitter is private.
Bullshit. No. Just because your Twitter is private, how many people are following her? 4, 5, 6,000? What's the number now? Like,
A little over 9,000.
9,000 is not 9,000 people are private. Come the fuck on. Why share it on Twitter if she doesn't want it out there? Why give it to 9,000 people if she does? She wanted it out there. You know what it is? She's just mad at me. She doesn't like that I still hold a couple opinions about her, like that she did that to Creep Show and that she should just apologize for it instead of acting this way, and a few other opinions. She's mad about that, so she's trying to just shit on my show, man. Straight up. I'm about to just do my show and say fuck it. It's personal for Uni, too. He's been targeted by these asshats for years because he called them on their initial fake evidence with Katie. Thank you, Burb. You've been paying attention. I didn't inject myself into this fucking story, man. You know? You guys have... And here's the difference between me and them. They all delete things like crazy. Go look at their Twitter social blades sometime. It ain't just Katie who's deleting shit there, big guy. He deletes shit all the time, okay? And all of my tweets and all of my fucking videos are there. So for anyone that'll say, Uni injected himself into this, Uni said this, Uni said that, if they're not pulling a clip, they're most likely fucking lying to you. Because it's there. It's sitting there waiting on them. How this all happened, when it all... You know what these guys said? They said that Uni is crazy because he documents every little thing that happens in these stories. Well, now you know why. Now you can't gaslight me, motherfucker. You want to lie about me, Steve, or anyone else out there? Go watch my videos and come back and tell me. Where's the clip of me saying this crazy thing you're saying I'm said? Where's my... Show me the clip of my opinion there, right? Canis says, just suffice it to say that more ROs are coming, including one against one of your former trash mods. Why do you think he's a former mod? But thank you, Canis. I appreciate it. And at some point, I think we all are going to have to professionally be able to get along. And not just me. I'm not just talking about me. In fact, I don't think I'll be a factor in all of this. There's something a lot of people are losing about me and my channel. I float through these types of situations. The only reason I'm still talking about this one is because it's still evolving. It looks like these ROs are going, and that came from KJP's man. More ROs are coming, and I hope you do give one to my ex-mods. I do. Like, straight up, hit them. Get them. Because they did some fucked up shit to people. But the point is, the people that are trying to just, you know, give their opinion, tell you what's going on, and give their opinion on YouTube so that you have reliable places to get information. They're going to be there and they're going to be doing this, and that's what their channels are for. They're not going to go away. So I'm going to go away. When this is over, when this story's done, I'll be moving on to do other stories. In fact, I've been talking to Frank Parlato about looking into some suicides that people claim are murders, looking into some actual, like, real world crime, like documentation of real world crimes that aren't being documented on other networks. And we've got some really brainstormy ideas to take my content to the next level, but to get Frank started on YouTube with the ability to go up and up and up and up, because Frank is a professional. He's done this successfully, busting NXIVM and other cults and other organizations. I am here to document this cult of people and to tell the story of it. Once it's over, and no, I'm not including Katie in the cult. The cult is Steve and Tina and Chesh and Reds and Sean and AT2 and Astro Boy and the other people that are around Steve McRae in this little group that takes everything that happens and molds it and morphs it so that everything is good for them and at the same time bad for the people they don't like, regardless if, you know, they have to when like applying doxing to themselves, they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. They can share your fucking address and they'll say, well, it's just bad form. It's not doxing. It's not bad. It's not horrible. Though they'll literally sit and do streams about how other creators or doxers do to XYZ. And it's just, it makes no sense, right? Because they're applying different rules outside of their group than inside. These are the key things that make them a cult. And this is what's happening, is that this cult, this group, their job is to disseminate the narrative of the leader, not the truth, not what's really happening, not what is evolving out there. And this cult pushing that narrative, they use sock accounts, they go out and they, you know, we've seen disagreements happen in the cult. We've seen like drunken urinal corn say something she wasn't allowed to say. She's immediately corrected and never makes that mistake again. She also looks really fucking depressed for 2 weeks after it happens, right? And you know, because she got fucking pulled into a private call and screamed at and almost kicked out of the cult for literally telling the truth and stating that he had an NDA. Though when she comes back from her little talk, she says there is none. So my point is, that's the generator of the problems, right? I really don't think that any of us would all be having problems. And I mean, Katie, with the majority of anybody who goes out to criticize her in the future on anything. If they go to criticize her in the future, I don't see her just forming a problem with those people. Criticism's a good thing. It's where you express that you have a differing opinion about how someone should do something or about something that's going on. So it's just somebody literally continuing your content, the content that you've put out, and it's continuing it to what they think is the right thing to do or how it should happen or whatever. And so it's a normal function of any community. It will always be there. You will never stop it. You'll never curb it. You'll never take it away. You'll never escape it. So you have to learn how to handle it, and you have to learn how to ignore people that are lying and attempting to clickbait and attempting to trick you into engaging. And you got to learn how to take those that are honestly criticizing and being able to, if you decide it's worth it, to respond with with your opinion to whether they're right or whether they're wrong and why. It's the normal dance of YouTube that I always refer to in this situation. That's not happening here. This is a breakdown for over a year and a half in this community. It is, because you cannot, any person who stands up and criticizes his cult is going to be attacked. If there was a new person who starts proving that they're a cult on their channel, he's not going to go to them and try to interact with them in a positive way. If their opinion is that he's running a cult because it's true, right? And the facts are there, the actions are there, and they go out and truthfully say it, he will attack them. It's going to happen. So that's the breakdown in criticism, because they can't, nobody can make content involving this situation, because if you say something negative about him, you incur the wrath of this cult of people. You don't incur videos from them. You don't incur a commentary from them. You don't incur a step-by-step on how they disagree with you or that they think something different. You incur them attempting to harass and threaten and dox and curse you and just, you know, call you names and all this garbage. So at some time frame, at some point, people are just going to abandon this story. It's just going to be abandoned. People aren't going to care anymore. They're going to say, well, I'm not going to give my opinion. I'm not going to come in here and talk about what's going on. You know, when the truth is out and they're labeled as the cult that they are, the only way they're ever going to go forward on the platform is by them actually disbanding their cult and doing independently things in the future. So this cult would have to all independently move forward on YouTube without the other cult members if they were ever to succeed on the platform, even in a minor way. Because what do you think is going to happen if these guys, let's say all of this ends tomorrow, a year from now we find out they're attacking some other YouTuber, then that YouTuber, that person's going to go in and show how they're a cult and how they've been using these tactics going back 5 years. And at least going on in the future, they're going to have their cult identified and proven for content creators that they try to lie on, attack, or whatever going forward. You get what I'm saying? Navy, I don't want to ignore you or talk over you. How's things going, buddy?
Oh, it's crazy right now. It's getting stuff like all over the place. Apparently, BTU tagged us and said Tracy is Nat's mom in live chat if it's her.
Okay, well that's cool and all, but I can only interact with someone if I factually know it's them, and I do not know that that is factually them, so I won't be interacting with them in this live chat today, just so they know. No slight, no insult. I just have no way of confirming. I don't want to confirm. I don't want, you know, any information. I don't want anything, you know, I don't need nothing. It's all good. Okay. Because we do have to talk about what I talked about earlier, which is if people think what they think, how is it possible how is there a theory that differs from the theory I put out yesterday? So when I put out a video, I like going live and asking you guys what you think about the video I put out, the theory in it or whatever it may be, right? So the theory or what I see as the proof, and subject to change with future evidence, of course, that we see is we see Nat being tricked into thinking that she's talking to KJ. She's got two purple traders sitting there, influencing Nat, leading her, feeding her with things, okay? And then we have Nat filing the narrative that's being fed from the purple traders and the fake KJP, and that narrative is what Nat takes to Saltsy to file in the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit, right? So, I'd like anyone's alternative theory on what they think, how their opinion differs than that yesterday. You get me?
Oh yeah. And funny thing, right fast, just for a little bit of brevity and all this crap that we're doing. Exile posted in the live chat earlier. She's like, "Hey, Steb, there's more than one teen in the world, idiot."
Well, look, you can't look. What we've realized, and I mean the entire internet, has realized is that Steve basically has the IQ of an actual turtle. Okay, so an actual turtle, like a real turtle. So every presentation he's ever done, every one of his stupid arguments, they can all be argued and reconciled down to him reading somebody else's Wikipedia article or somebody else's thing, trying to sound smart by using big words and trying to confuse people with his stupid arguments. That's what it all comes down to. It's why he's not respected.
I just got a DM on Twitter from the turtle community, and they're very upset.
So the Tracy in the chat, I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this with people that show up in the chat. I'm just saying, but I'll at least read this one comment. Katie has emailed with me. I've offered to Zoom call as well with Mr. Saltz. I'm just clearing up misconceptions. Katie deserves to be able to keep her family safe just as I'm doing with my daughter. And if that's you talking, Tracy, I do hope that is what's happening, okay? Yeah, I would say don't be offended by people discussing what's going on the internet, because where we are, we don't want, like, to get involved. We don't want to be... We want to commentate on what's there, what we have publicly available. I don't want, to go deeper. I don't want to go further. And all I want is a resolution to this whole thing, which is what we've been wanting for a very long time now. We wanted a resolution to this same cult running fraudulent fundraisers going back years on the platform. And we want a resolution to this group of people thinking that they can just attack anybody they want at any time. They don't commentate. They don't sit and talk about what's up. They are legit just attacking. And I get it's hard for them because they're not smart. Those people in the cult aren't smart enough to actually do real commentary. We understand it. We get it. But at least you have to try, because if that's what you're doing here, if that's what you're here for, you're at least going to have to try and just study and read and get better at it, guys. This cult needs to get it together. You know what I'm saying, Navy?
No, 100%. Like this, it has gone to levels. I don't know. I'm still shocked at how depraved this has gotten to, the way that these people think it's okay to act. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be shocked, but it just, I didn't think it could get worse, and it just every day gets worse.
Yeah. And the thing that sucks is, I don't know how what we've put out today, how it's bad or wrong. How? We legit reported what we have, which is that multiple ROs are filed. The only little piece that they're saying is there is that KJ claims one of them has been granted, whereas we said multiple had been granted. We were just going off of the DMs that we had, right? So
right.
Maybe that somebody misspoke. Maybe somebody misread it. Either way, though, I don't see how we're reporting anything wrong. If she filed ROs and she got ROs today, we're on point. We're fucking on point tonight. You get me?
Well, the thing is that it's an update to an ongoing aspect. And the thing is, especially about this, and I understand that, you know, Katie's upset about certain aspects, but the thing is that it's good for people to see that if you get bullied and harassed online, that watching someone who went through that for 2 years and being able to take legal action against them, that these people are not going to get away with pulling this bullshit against somebody. And it's not just okay because it's online. You know what I mean?
Well, we've got Chesh, we've got Steve, we've got Tina, we've got Element, we've got Dustin, we've got this group of people. And they are the ones that are logically getting the ROs. That's just logically. I don't know what she's going to do. She could file ROs at Donald Trump for all I know, right? But
yeah,
the point
exactly.
is, that's the logical assumption, because they're the ones that have been doing the harassing. Those are the ones that have been exposed as doing a lot more than just harassing, because they even tried to take it and affect somebody with a false narrative to try to set somebody up in a court case, which should be, there should be justice there, in my opinion. There should be something that you can do there. And anyway, that, what word am I looking for? I'll bail on it. That happening, you got these 5 people. We got these 5 possible ROs, and then these guys running, I guess I'll say. I'll just say running, okay? I'm trying to find a better word, but coming up with excuses why they're not going to be around for a while is very indicative that, yes, they're scared and they're piecing. Because there's one of 2 things happening, guys, and it's up to you to draw your opinion on what you think it is. It's just as valid for you to feel either way, based on the information that's out there. You either think that there's enough information for each of those 5 individuals to draw an opinion that either they're putting on an act that they're confident, or you could say that they're confident. I believe they're putting on an act. They know they're harassing. They know because they've been doing it this whole time. You do not fucking act like these guys have acted. And I'm not going to play clips tonight because we've played those clips so many times of him admitting what he said to Katie, admitting he said sexual things to her, admitting he set him alone, right? That it is how Katie said it was. That he not only told me that this happened with him and Katie, he told other people. We've got the video clips showing it. The point is, do you believe that it's an act, him sitting there going, like, do you think they're sweating bullets? Because I do. I think they're all worried that this is going to get down. They also have to know, because we showed Minnesota law, that a judge, if a judge in Minnesota has enough information, if they have enough facts to show the judge that there is a threat, that the judge can make the RO happen ex parte, not meaning that this is a lesser RO. That's the most severe RO. Because that's saying I have enough evidence to approve it now. Not that I have an affidavit to approve it now, just an affidavit. Because if you just walk in there with your words, Unless you're referencing something in those words the judge can publicly look at, then you must submit the evidence yourself. But the point is, ex parte could happen to any of these people due to what they've done, especially the people in that recording, and especially Steve. I want to see Steve's side. It's why I tried to invite him here to talk. That man is purposely avoiding us and purposely classifying us to be all these dumbass things he says we are, right? So that he can make an excuse not to talk to us. That's what he's doing. Or else he would have come and talked to us and changed our minds. You notice in the other interviews he went to, he did not show a shred of evidence, yet constantly called to that evidence, right? Logically speaking, due to his own actions and behaviors, it's logical to say this is a dishonest person. Do you agree, Navy? I know you do. But...
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, 100%.
If Steve would stop playing pretend and acting like he's never shown one wrong thing that we've done. What is the wrong thing that we've done here? Nothing. I mean, he hangs out with straight up doxers, literally recorded on video doxing is who he spends his time with. But somehow us here at UniRock talking about the shit going publicly on around us, just talking about it, just giving an opinion on it, just discussing it. Somehow we're fucked for doing that. Yeah, sure. Jessica says it's a step in the right direction. Many in their group have been busted for something, doxing, bullying, and harassment. Jessica, yes. And they know how busted they are because they don't come out and tell the truth about what they did. When Tina went around talking about her sharing a picture of KJP's property, she left out the fact that she typed, "This bitch thinks she's safe," underneath it to try to go around and make an argument to people that she didn't do anything wrong. She did this in the Facebook group and did it outside of the Facebook group. Many times lying to people about what the issue was. And most likely behind the scenes, she's probably telling people she didn't say that bitch thinks she's safe and that we're lying on her. This is how they do what they do. This is how and why they're a cult, but also why. The reason they're a cult is when Tina does that, the rest of the cult members, instead of going and check for themselves, they go ask the cult leader. They ask what they're supposed to say, what they're supposed to think. He tells them, and then they go around chirping it and believing it. You get me? I mean, why wouldn't Tina, with every criticism that she's ever given, start being honest about her interactions with Nat? Has she come out, Navy, to explain how she's been best friends with Nat for all this time? Sitting here just fucking talking to Nat constantly, injecting Nat with all this bullshit?
Nope, not a single word.
She hasn't come. Now, wait a minute. She demands everybody else be absolutely transparent in everything, even the inner workings